haven't really talked too much about this, but we try to do like something similar to you guys a little bit with like the Boogie Boys stuff.
Yeah.
Like we were like kind of like not a rival, but like we were
rival?
Not a rival.
Trying to throw hands right now?
No, I remember just doing like clickbait videos, like I was fighting you guys or something. But because we were like 10 minutes away that one summer, and our content was like kind of different. It was more like skit based. It was, a lot of Liam stuff doing like the really like Always Sunny, basically, just like doing an entire series of narratives. It was really awesome, and he's still working on videos right now, actually, of that stuff, which is cool. But I always think about as well, like how cool it is, just like from that perspective, like Boogie Boys, that's kind of like a brand name that Liam sort of put together, and it's kind of like the same thing for us, where I think people would love to see like a house of that even now. I haven't thought about this too much, but it just kind of hit me that like we were doing something like that, and there was it was not in the level of Z House by any means, but it was kind of like this scuffed Z House,
the bootleg Z House.
Yeah, it definitely kind of was. That's what made it kind of funny,
dude. There's a world where the Boogie Boys and the Z House became whatever X brand. I don't know.
100 Thieves and the Mob.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's very different, but like at the same time, it's like you could have done things like that, where it's like you have the Z House plus Boogie Boys for like a summer or something like that.
We could have kept both brand names. Like Lex was part of both at the same time. The dude racked up I'm pretty sure he racked up like $2,000 of Uber bills in those like couple weeks, just going back and forth between the two.
I remember how like weird that was, like the first week or so, because we were all there at the Boogie Boys house, and we're like, Lex isn't here.
Yeah.
And Lex would be like, guys, I'm on the way. And we're like, dude, no, you're not, bro. we see you.
You'd be in the middle of a video with us, dude. I mean that's a thing. It happened.
This is crazy, man. It
would have been easier if we just all did it together.
Yeah.
But
we're also
that's really hard to do, actually.
There was differences of like the group dynamic, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Like our thing was like a little bit different, which I don't even think I would love to talk about how that could have been better too, on our side of things, because we realized so quickly like how much time goes by so fast. If there's anything I could probably relate to you a lot, it's you don't realize in that moment how well you do a little bit, but you don't realize like when you like, I look back on some of those Boogie Boys videos and I'm like, dude, this is gold. This is literally gold. And we were kind of like annoyed to record so much. And
man,
like you know what I mean? It's like you in the moment, you're like, I kind of want to hang out with the friends. I kind of want to hang out with the buds. I don't want to like record this video. And you look back on it and you're like, this is such gold content. And if I could do it over, if I could go back to like the Boogie Boys like month, I would completely, dude, we did a series called Zombies Versus, where it was like basically like a debate show. Mm-hmm. Also, I've told you I want to bring it back. Yep. I've told my stream I want to bring it back in a cool way that isn't zombies. It's kind of like its own thing. Mm-hmm. And those videos lasted 3 years. It was an hour and a half of recording in LA during the Boogie Boys house. And those videos lasted 3 years of people actually loving that content and being like, JC, where's episode 3? Where's episode 4? I was like, dude, fine, I'll go back in the archive and get it. And I finally got episode 3 to come out like this year. And I think that's just so funny to me that like that in the moment, I thought that third episode was garbage. I was like, this is just annoying to record. I just want to be done. I want to go have my Philly cheesesteak. I just want to eat. I want to just hang out with the buds. I don't want to like record this. And then I look back on it. I'm like, dude, that was an hour and a half of recording. And people love that series. And it's like not even a series, it's just 3 episodes, 3 one-off episodes. And like, what if I just dedicated legitimately 2 or 3 days more to doing that series? I would have had like potentially like 10 episodes or more. And it's just crazy. Or maybe that hurts the content when you do it in crazy amounts like that with a ton of...
Wow, you are opening up a can of worms.
I know, but
right now. I am like itching to respond.
Respond. I'm basically just saying like...
so many points that are like hitting the nail on the head.
You just don't realize... It's literally like that Office meme where he's like, I didn't realize the good times when I was in them. It's that exact feeling of I could have put so much more effort into this or put so much more time into that group.
I think you are basically speaking the broad theme of this is how good content is when there's a good group.
Yeah.
Like, and you cannot replace. You just can't replicate that. You can't replace it. It's a really wonderful thing that I think it just kind of goes way underrated.
I think COVID also has highlighted that more. It's made you realize both of us probably realize that more too.
Yeah.
Because or at least I know for me, I can't tell you how many calls I've been with Milo, Liam, and all those guys, and they're like, dude, man, we can't even see each other. Like, we genuinely cannot even see each other. And like, look how like funny this content was when we were all together. And it's like, dude, like we took that for granted. We genuinely took that for granted.
Yeah.
Like now with the world being so like hell world that it is, like it's crazy looking back and just being like, man, if I would have just spent a little bit more time during one of those weeks.
But the COVID's like a bad excuse because you weren't going to do that even if there was COVID. You wouldn't be doing Boogie Boys right now, would you?
No, but I'm just saying I'm saying COVID makes you realize more.
Sure.
That because
you can't see each other at all. Yeah,
yeah,
that's fair. It's fair. I just feel like.
But no, Boogie Boys would not be a thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we're even forget about the name. Like, that's whatever. It is what it is.
Matter.
It's just the group of people that are like all friends and want to make fun content together.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were saying about doing 10 episodes, like that's probably a way that I think I differ from the other guys a little bit.
Yeah.
To me, it's like, okay, we have whatever. Let's just call it 10 hours of time each day.
Yeah.
It's more than that, but let's just call it 10, right? We can do X amount of stuff in 10 hours. We can either like do it or we can just do whatever.
Yeah. And a lot of times it would just happen to be whatever.
It's almost always whatever.
Yeah. I mean, same thing for us. It was the same thing.
Looking back on it, it's like, wow, we had 8 weeks.
Yeah.
If we just set aside like each guy gets 1 hour a day to shoot, like you pre-produce what you want to shoot,
bro.
We do it.
If you just do it like today's Matt's day.
Or yeah, even one a day.
Today's Lex's
well,
day.
I think we probably hit at least one a day as far as recording. It wasn't every single day, but I think if you did the numbers.
I'm saying if you recorded more than one video a day, like say this is Matt's recording day, you do 3 videos.
Yeah, like
3 videos for
a day.
Matt, 3 videos for Lex the next day.
Yeah.
You know.
But there's always like sometimes people have off days, they're not
True.
feeling great. Like
it might work better to just split in the hours, like you said.
Truth be told,
yeah.
The 2 weeks Milo was there the first time.
Dude, he's an organizer.
Shit got done.
He's an organizer.
But
Noah's an organizer too. You should have got Noah. That's why.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
Noah's
kidding.
probably similar. Well, I mean, yeah,
but you know what I mean? It's
I
like,
respect that. I like that. I like the hustle. But the thing is, everyone's got to be in on it.
That's true.
And not everyone's always in on it.
But I'm just speaking from experience of how many times I've been like, and Noah's like, JC, we're recording now. I'm like, all right, because he just gets you going. You know?
Yeah. Well, yeah, he does. He's like a dad to everyone.
Yeah, he is. That's what I mean.
It's hard to say no to him.
Dude.
He's just like the peer pressure on him is like astronomical.
JC, we're recording now.
All right.
10 minutes.
Fine.
It's like, dude, I'm tired. JC,
get
do
your
it.
ass up here.
So
no, it's true. It's true.
He would be a very valued member, is what I'm saying, because he would be like, guys.
Yes.
I gotta get this video out tomorrow. We gotta go,
dude. And it shows. I mean, look at what he's doing right now. He's pumping it out.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's any worse or any better. It's like
that word.
That's more business side of it, though. I think.
Well, I think it.
I was the first Z House, so I'm like, I
think it just goes to show, though, like, this is kind of a tangent, but and honestly, I think I don't want to I'm not saying that none of the guys in the Z House are this way. I just think in general it just goes to show like how significantly more, like how powerful the skill is of organizing your time. Kind of like how we talked about before. Like just organizing your time on something, you can get so much done if you just are good at organizing it. And I think, I don't know, I can't speak about the Z House 100% because I wasn't there for like most of it, right? But I think with the Boogie Boys stuff, I'll be dead honest with you, hope no one gets mad at me, but we did not organize our time at all. It was like, no, we're just going to show up, we're going to have a good time and then record some videos. But there was no schedule. There's no, oh, JC's recording today. We're doing this. Like, yeah, we might do like a video like every day for like Liam's skits, But other than that, there wasn't like a set thing.
Yeah.
And I wish we would have like, honestly, like, I don't know if I'll ever have the chance to do that again because life is so different for me now.
Right.
But going back on it, I wish I would have like the week before the trip made a damn planner genuinely and try to get people on it. Or just somebody.
I'm surprised Milo didn't have more of an effect on your Boogie Boys group.
Yeah, because Milo was very organized with this stuff.
Because we were ripping out videos. We woke up early and we're getting videos done. And I mean, to be honest with you, that like breaks the whole conversation of like how much is this business and how much is this for fun? Because they're like, once you start having like a routine schedule, like it really becomes like, oh well, this thing was fun is now like a job.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm like trapped and forced to do like these things.
Yeah, you don't want to be.
And I don't want to feel that way. I want to feel like it's a fun thing that I want to do.
Because then it loses some magic when you're doing that.
Exactly. So there's that, like everything's about balance there, which, and everyone's very different in Z House and I'm sure in Boogie Boy, like they're just different in general, like on that level. So.
But maybe there's a way where you could have been like, I mean, I don't know.
There's probably a happy medium.
Yeah, like maybe you do like weekends where like kind of like we're chilling, kind of like structure it almost like a normal job where like during the weekdays there's kind of a little bit more structure.
Yeah, and then on the weekends you guys kind of let loose.
Yeah, you let loose on the weekend.
It'd be great. I mean, I think the other thing is they're 17, 18, 19 years old.
Yeah.
And we're living in this house.
And also
and it's summer and like that's just not really realistic at that point in people's lives.
I think that's a very good perspective on it that people need to realize as well when we're talking about this. It was the summer. It's the summer. Like I was with the Boogie Boy stuff on my sort of thing. I don't want to make this a Boogie Boys thing, but it relates a lot.
Yeah.
But part of it, why it wasn't structured, is because, dude, I was in college.
Having fun during summer. I was in
college. I just want to see my friends during the summer. I don't want to have to, like, that's the thing, man. Like, if you really want to like get something like that going, like, you don't. We talked about disconnecting before on the podcast, but literally, like, you have to be willing to do things or to structure yourself more, even when you are out of school, even when you're on free time.
Yeah.
And I think that's what comes down to it is there's that element of, bro, I want to just hang out with my buds. Like the Z House, not only was it a fun content creation thing, you guys loved hanging out together. Yeah. Like it was a thing. Like it was.
Well, I think that was the
that's
how
it
started.
That was the main bit.
Like
of
it was just
right?
like hey, like let's just make our content, but let's live in the same house and
just let loose with it.
Like whatever happens. We want to do collabs, we can. And I think it ended up becoming more of like let's do this as a unit, as like a brand, as a group. When it started out as we're just gonna be friends hanging out at this house and making content.
So do you think it? I don't know. I guess it's weird to look back on it and be like, would you want it to be more structured or would you want it to be more loose? Like, there's some things we haven't even talked about that we have written down.
I'll be honest with you, because I went back and looked at the numbers at some point in the past several years. The first Z House production,
it's like every day.
Well, and I could tell you, there's one reason why the second Z House was so different than the first.
Yeah,
the first Z House, I forget what the number was, but we put out, I would say, probably near 100 videos as a group over the course of a couple weeks. The second Z House, it was like a third of that. It was like nothing. Like you look back, it's like, how do we do so little videos?
Yeah.
And it's one reason: alcohol. That's just the straight truth. It's just the straight truth because everyone's older. People can start drinking.
Wow.
People are in college.
Yeah.
And like the first Z House, I don't think we ever drank once, except for that one night with John and Noah. That's it. I'm pretty sure that was the only time, really.
I don't think I was there for that.
No, you weren't. That was the night before we did the meetup, which was the worst night to drink. But whatever.
That was still before I met all of you guys.
That was the first, and then the second Z House, like it was we just did that, like hung out on the during the nights and played beer pong, or it wasn't really beer pong, but we just played pong and like hung out and drank and whatnot.
I like how it just at the end of the day it just got to, wow, we partied.
Well, it wasn't even like we partied, but we've said this in previous videos before. We became really good friends the second Z House.
Yeah.
But the content lacked a lot. Like the output generally. Yeah. And I think people will argue that the first Z House videos were better as well.
Well, the first one had a lot of like the main bits that I remember the most. Probably.
There's also a lot of other extraneous factors that the game was bigger.
The game was ongoing.
It was
too. Right?
It was going. It was GK that came out. Like the viewership was already there, and popping on the channels.
GK
and then
coming out is like peak, man.
Yeah, and you do great content, like it's gonna bang.
Yeah.
And then the second Z House, there was nothing out, so the content did worse naturally, and it wasn't like a new thing. We also did less videos, and the videos may not have been as good. I don't know. There were some great.
I thought they were
videos.
great. Still,
they were still great.
But
I think some of my favorite ones are
I
there,
definitely
but
noticed the lack of the amount of them.
The amount was. I mean, look at it. You can go through the numbers. It's like all of us did significantly.
I think I
less.
remember you like wanting to vlog like a lot. And
I
then,
did,
but then like not a ton came out.
I vlogged a lot.
But I don't think there was
not
like
daily. Dude, you know how hard daily is?
But I remember didn't you want to do daily at one point?
I wanted to try, but I didn't. I ended up becoming like maybe like 3-4 times a week.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I knew that there was some like sort of like.
Dude, it's so hard when
Yeah.
you're doing the editing yourself. It's so hard.
Yeah.
You record all day, and then I'm up to like 6 a.m.
you can't
editing,
hang out.
and then you start all over again like a couple hours later. It's really hard to do. That's it. That's episode 3. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Wherever you find your podcasts.
Pretty much. We're on Google Podcasts now.
Wow.
I didn't even know that was a thing until I put it on Google Podcasts. It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Nice.
We're spreading like, okay, never mind. I'm not going to go there.